In this lesson, we're going to start compositing everything together inside of NUKE. Okay, let's read in some items in NUKE. Let's start with the clips, and we want the undistorted footage. This is the 720 undistorted footage, so this is the format that it is, and let's hit S in this project to set our full-size format to that format. Okay, that's good. Now what we want to do is read in our motion design, and that would be under pre-renders. Please excuse how messy I am. Here we have it, and we notice that this frame range is actually started from 0, but our footage starts from 1. So if we hit M and merge A over B, we will have a problem. And if we just play it, you can see that it looks shaky. That's because it's starting at 0 and the other one starts at 1, so we better time offset these. And let's offset it 1 frame. And now everything looks dandy. Okay. What we want to do now is, this looks a little bit boring, just having white. And we could make it a bit more subtle, but a more interesting way of merging these two would be to multiply the footage by the motion design. So I'm going to delete this merge here and sort of make the tree a little bit different. We want to multiply A times B. I'll just get my viewer out of here. And let's set this to multiply. So now that's what we have. So once we've got that, we can then place that back on top of the footage. So copy this footage here, and this will be A plus B. So A plus B. Now if we look at that, that looks a little bit better. This here can be near the bottom of the tree, and this here is sort of the motion design. So what we might want to do now to make this a little bit more interesting is to add sort of a pixel effect. And what we'll need to do that is if we hit read and we go to our assets folder, I've placed in 3K LCD texture, and let's have a look at this, and we can see all the individual pixels, and we're going to need the camera information. So let's just jump back into PF Track where we match moved our scene and export the camera. Alrighty, in PF Track what we want to do is just choose on the export node the NUKE Python script to export. And I'm just going to call this camera.my.py. Let's go export the scene, and export has succeeded. Alright, let's jump back into NUKE. Okay, now to import that camera we hit Alt-X so we can read scripts, including Python scripts, and under cameras we have the camera.my.py, and we'll read that in. So let's just see what we've got here. Let's hit L to organize these. It can't find the footage, so we'll just read in our own. We'll put this over here, and we have features here. Let's just make sure everything's good. Yes, it is. So what we want to do is put this LCD into a card and plug the card into the scene. We can delete these features. So let's type in card, plug the card into the scene. Here's our card. Now with this card we want to minus it 90 in the X rotation so that it's sitting horizontally, and we might want to scale this up a bit. Let's go 6.5 and move it over so that it fills the screen. Okay, that's good. Now to get this to composite correctly, what we need to do is split this into the red, green and blue pixels, and then split our motion design into red, green and blue pixels or channels, and then multiply them together. So here we have our two streams. This is one side, this is the other, and we want to use shuffle nodes to shuffle the red, green and blue channels separately. So that's red, green and blue, and we'll just label these. So in the red channel we want the red, but The green and blue we don't want. In the green, we want green but not red and blue. And in the blue, we want blue but not red or green. Now let's copy this. And we'll just disconnect this for now. We'll paste these here. And plug these in. And now we need to multiply these together. So let's hit M, 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 and let's go A times B, A times B, A times B, and let's set these up in a row, and we just want to go multiply, multiply and multiply, and let's just check each one. So we can see that we have red footage in red pixels, green footage in green pixels, and blue footage. It's very hard to see, but hopefully, well, we could actually increase the brightness. Yes, we are getting data there. We will need to gain this up. Let's actually plus these back together. So let's move these down here. So A plus B, A plus B. This is adding red, green, and blue together. Red, green, and blue make white. So this should be our initial tree. Now it's very hard to see what's going on here. Let's add in a grade node and gain it up. Now we're talking. So we're getting that cool pixel effect. And what we might want to do is add some chromatic aberrations. So let's move this down and maybe again separate red, green, and blue. So this was our pixel effect. That's it being merged back together. Now we're going to split it apart again. This time we only need to do one side. So we copy these, paste them before the plus, red, green, and blue. Let's plus these back together, A plus B, A plus B. And then, so this is back to normal, but now we have the channel split. Red, green, and blue. And this, we did have them split before, but now we have them split actually combined and graded. So now if we offset the red and blue channels, so blue can be -1, -1, red can be 1, 1, we have chromatic aberration. So if we were to disable these, that's how it was, and that's how it is now. Very cool. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. What we'll do in the next lesson is come in and composite the normals paths that we rendered out of Maya to add in the liquid refraction.